All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming to our demo days here on August 17th. Just to go over the brief schedule, looks like we have two main ones today. Myel, we're going to be doing browser retrievals by Thomas, and then Ken Labs will be going over a few different things. Looks like indexing, future on IPFS nodes, finding provider by CID, finding provider by file name, as well as service Dockerization. So first off, we're going to go with browser retrievals by Thomas. So if you'd like to start sharing your screen, that would be great.
Hey, yes. So my demo is definitely very rough. It's kind of an early prototype of a fully browser JavaScript implemented retrieval client that basically is retrieving basically DAGs using GraphSync and data transfer protocol. So the same protocol is implemented in Lotus currently. And so I just made some changes because every time I realize there's a new message that comes in based on different types of edge cases. So just made some changes now and hoping it will work. So here I'm running everything into a service worker, and I'm going to try to load 4 images of frogs. And just going to start everything now. And so, yeah, everything is basically loading. All my content loads initially when I'm installing the service worker, which is kind of a way to prefetch all the data before it's kind of actually fetched by the service worker. So right now, this is the service worker is installing. So I'm basically waiting for the payment channel. So I just submitted my message. So right now we're waiting for the message to confirm. I've already processed a few blocks from GraphSync. So these are already came in, and it looks like I got my payment request, which is nice. So my provider is waiting for the payment request, and I'm waiting for the channel to load for it to work. So this retrieval is happening from a Myel node. So it's just a client on the JavaScript side, and the provider is a Myel Go node that implements a very similar, basically compatible with Go FIL Market implementation of the retrieval module. So the transaction should confirm momentarily. I'm basically waiting for a few epochs before I poll again the API to see if the message exists on chain, if it has a confirmation. So that should happen very quickly. Sorry for the delay. Okay, here we go. Yes. Oh, it looks like the payment channel went through. We read the message, and we processed more blocks, and this is actually waiting. Something definitely went wrong here. Sorry, this is definitely a little bit, but here I can see how much I'm owed. So the state machine looks like it kind of broke right now because it's waiting for payment to validate, even though the funds should be available. So yeah, so it looks like the retrieval is not fully completed. We're still missing some blocks, but it is still some quirks to solve, basically from retrieving certain blocks, but it's almost there. And then I can also do basically a free retrieval where I can basically just load over data transfer, which I can demo as well really quickly. So just changing node. I realize I need to put the content again in it. 1 second. I was there. All right, now just restart the thing. Which should basically do a free retrieval all through graph sync and data transfer if all goes well. I'm just gonna start a new window.
Here, Thomas, while you get that set up, I'm just going to make a quick announcement for everybody here. Just a reminder for anyone who hasn't seen the message that David put in the chat this morning on Slack. I'm putting it in the chat here. Please take a look at it and vote if you get a chance. Also, a quick reminder for anyone who has any questions throughout any of these demos, please put it in that same Slack channel. So anyone who's not able to watch immediately can go back through and see the questions that were asked today and also see the answers. So it looks like, Thomas, at the end of your demo here today, there are some questions in there for you already. So
yeah,
else, but I'll let you take it away again.
Yeah, so it looks like the transfers were all completed successfully, but I'm not seeing the frogs. So something might have gone wrong. Maybe if I refresh the page, they will load. Oh, here we go. Okay, so now it's loading the content from the block store. So essentially what happens is, like, during the first initialization of the service worker, I'm loading the content from the nodes, and then every time the content gets fetched, so through a simple URL, it would automatically get intercepted by the service worker and loaded from the block store cache, which is nice. And so every time I change my root CID, for example, I can push changes to the service worker and it will fetch the new version or any blocks that changed, and it automatically those images will get updated and loaded from the service worker. So it's quite nice and really allows very fast caching, very optimized caching, even better than regular service worker. So yeah, it's still very rough on the edges, but just need to improve a few things and we should be almost there, good to go.
Super cool.
Yeah, thank you so much, Thomas. We appreciate it. There are, like I said, there are a few questions in there for you to take a look at. It looks like Hannah put some stuff, and I think Will pasted a few things in there as well. So, but that's for afterwards. Now, quickly, looks like we have Ken Labs, who will be going over a few different things. So I will let you take it from here. Whoever wants to start. I know looks like there's 4 things that are being presented today. So.
Hey guys, so yeah, this is William from Ken Labs. So I'm going to do the demo today. So let me share my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So how can I remove the zoom bar from the top? God. Okay, it's gone. Okay, sorry for delay. So I also prepared slides for the demo today. So let me quickly, I'm not sure if it will cause any problem. I remember it caused before, so I'm not going to play it. So I'm going to quickly go through. Hope it's okay to you guys. So this is the agenda. So it's not too much. So I'm just going through. So today, what I'm going to introduce you is the feature indexing, what we are working on in past two weeks. So ideally, so the indexing should be supported by the IPFS node, and which is also configurable. So user should be able to choose if he or she wants to index, but it's not fully completed in terms of the configuration. But the feature is ready now. So POC or whatever. And so the feature, once enabled, it will produce necessary indexing metadata and post it to our indexer node, which we name as time rows or time rows index service. So as the indexing metadata is persisted by the time rows, user should be able to find provider information by CID or file information by file name. So it's kind of search by file name. So you will see file name, root CID of it, and its provider. So that's a peer information. So this is the objective. So this is a architecture. Maybe it's a little bit small, but I try to play it. Hopefully you can see. So in general, we want to support both command line interface and HTTP. We encounter some problem in the IPFS HTTP interface. So we spend some time investigating and solving it. But anyway, in general, the data flow will be something like the file goes to IPFS. The index feature, what I label as blue here, it will be responsible for generating the metadata for indexing purpose, and package as a file, which is currently stored as a text file in the local file system. And it will also be posted to the time rows backend via this HTTP interface. Oh, sorry. So this interface will relay the data or the package, what we call index archive, to the parser. The parser will do two things. One is to generate a CID list stored in index storage. So you know the storage index is the project or the module which is also in actively development. So we are reusing this module for storage. At the same time, we also populate the file metadata, including file name and file path. For now, we don't store the offset or file size, but these information as metadata to the full text indexing engine. For now, it's underlying system or the component is Believe, which is a Golang module. We are also investigating the feasibility in full text search, especially fuzzy search. And probably in the future, we are also going to support multiple underlying framework, for example, Elasticsearch. So this is the current data flow. From end user point of view, for the example, user Y can search by file name and see the providers with that name. So he may expect multiple providers. Also, the user Z can look for provider by CID. So once he has a CID, he can query who has that information or the content. So this is the end-to-end data flow. Okay, so this is what I'm going to talk about now, the Dockerization. In the day-to-day development and the deployment, we are using Rancher to manage our processes or services. So now we have multiple stacks. And in the IPFS indexing, so you can see in the image below, it might be a bit small, but I can show you here. So this is the stack IPFS indexing. So we wrap the IPFS process or the daemon into a Docker container, as well as the IPFS watch process and the time rails indexer node. All these services are running in Docker containers on our host. So it's very easy for us to manage. And next thing is I'm going to show you how it works end to end. Okay, so first step is for the demo purpose, I have opened this page. This is the web UI from the IPFS node. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, so this is the IPFS node. And let me go to the watch container. So if you see here, I can have a shell here. Before this, I can show you more details about the container. And we mount a volume here, so you can see it's up data. So the mount point home data, which is the directory I can use inside the container. This is just for persistence purpose. Okay, let me go to shell. So as I just said, so here I can go to home data. So I already have some files stored here. So just for easy test purpose. So it's not big, very small. And I say, seems there's some connection problem. A bit lucky. Demo2.txt. Say, let's see if it will work. Okay, save it. So now it has already been processed. So I can show you some logs here. And it shows you that we detect some file write and the file write close. And now the file has been added to, so this file demo2 added to IPFS node. This is a CID. Okay, so it goes to IPFS node. I copy this CID for later usage. Now let's see here in the, I need to somehow refresh here. So you can see the demo2.txt is on IPFS. And you can see the content here. So it goes to IPFS node. Now let's go to the index node interface. So I create a Postman collection for testing purpose and a demo. So here I copy the CID, I paste here, and the query JSON. So you can see here, this is a provider. Ideally, if we persist multiple providers for the CID, so you should be able to see entries here. So this endpoint is provide or implement in the stored index. So you may look very familiar with the output. And this is a search by file name. For now, we append the file name in the URL. So it can be wrapped to a separate query parameter later. But for now, we implement in this way. So if you search by demo2.txt, really. Oh. Okay, I know what problem is. So this is the dash, what is the encoded code? Sorry, let me see. I forgot the code. Encode HPL. to be encoded. There should be some problem in the file name, so it's probably it's not supported by the in the URL. So let me do it again. The vi demo 2.txt. It should work now. Okay. Let's see it again. Yeah, _2, it goes here. Let me see here, _2. Wow. Surprising. So let's move on. I'll see what's the problem here offline. Sorry about that. And this is the watch. This is the same. So if I go back to the IPFS node, I can also go to the shell and add file to the node. And let me see. Yeah, there's a command I can use. So for now, we need to specify the index node. Yeah, this is what I need to do. And let me prepare a data file here. It's called hello world. Okay, I have this file now, and let me add it to data hello world. Okay, so it's added to the node. Let me see here. It's interesting. Is there pagination here? Looks not. That looks weird. Okay, so actually this CID can be found in the index. So I think the data goes to the IPFS and then to the index node. But I'm wondering, actually, I'm really wondering where it is on the web UI. Okay. Okay, so I was just reminded by my colleagues. Hey, Ben, are you there? I don't mean to hold you guys too much on this demo here. So if there's any problem, I'll let you know. And so this is the hello world text indexing. So I can explain here is that the data goes to IPFS node and to index node. So the indexing is working. It goes to the stored index storage for CID indexing purpose, CID indexing, and to the full text indexing engine. So that's why when I search hello world txt, you can see it here. So this is the end-to-end functionality. I'm not sure why it doesn't show up here. My colleague said it's in the root directory. I'm not sure where the root is. Maybe I'm lost here. So let me move on. And the next step is the full text indexing on the file content. For now, we just index the file name, the CID, and the peer information. But full text indexing on the file content is the next step we need to implement. The last thing will be the file discovery on IPFS network. For now, we are not able to discover content as we expect. So peers can be found or discovered, but not a content. So this is the topic we need to study. Okay, so most of these works, I want to thank Ben and Xiang, who worked a lot on the development and the end-to-end deployment to make this demo happen. Thanks to them. So I believe the QA will go to Slack. So I'm going to thank you guys. 谢谢.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. Like usual, go through and check the Slack for any questions that were put in there for the day. I will be uploading this video to the Google Drive for anyone to go back and take a look at again if they have anything they want to take a look at a second or third time in the future. So remember to sign up for the next one, things we put in the Slack channel, but please do click on the link that I put in the chat here on Zoom and vote for the post that David put in there this morning. It's very important for moving forward, the best way to do these types of demos and a few other things as well. So thank you again for coming today. We appreciate it and hope you have a good rest of your Thursday.
Thank you.